Hi, this video is all about my UCAS experience so far, answering some questions on that and some questions that I got on UCAS in general. So just a summary of my UCAS so far is that I've applied for a chemistry masters at Bristol, Durham, Oxford, St Andrews and York, and I've got offers from Bristol and York so far, which I'm really excited about. Last week I sat my TSA, so the Thinking Skills Assessment, which is the admissions paper that you do for chemistry to apply to Oxford, and it went okay, I think. Like, it definitely didn't go amazingly, but I finished in time and that's something. I'll take that. I wasn't going in expecting much. So, low standards, easily pleased, it's all good. The first question I got about my UCAS experience was, how did I pick my choices? And this was quite a process for me because I didn't want to make the wrong choices. So I started with a spreadsheet which had every university in the UK in. I then went to their websites, found out, do they do chemistry, do they do a master's, filled all of these things in boxes. The other things I looked at were the entry requirements, do they do a year in industry, a year abroad, I can't even remember what else. I wrote a summary of what I thought of the course, and then I gave them a score from 1 to 5 about how much I liked it, how much I wanted to see it. So then I would look at the ones that got the highest scores and then booked open days for those. And the open days were actually the main factor in deciding if I wanted to go somewhere, because there was one university that I thought I would really like, and I did until I went in the labs, and then I just didn't like the vibe of them, didn't like how it felt, and didn't really want to go somewhere that I didn't like the labs when that's my main thing I'll be doing in my 4th year. So I didn't apply to that one in the end, but I would have done if I didn't go to the open day. The second question about my UCAS experience was, how long did it take me to write my personal statement? And the answer is about 2 to 3 weeks. I had made a plan before summer and intended to have at least a first draft written by the end, but I really struggled with writing sentences, so I started it properly around the 10th to the 15th of September, and I sent it off on the 30th. I was really lucky that, although it was so stressful to do it in such a short space of time, I had a mentor and lots of teachers helping me read through it and giving me feedback, so it definitely would have been a lot harder to get it done in that time frame without them. So I wouldn't recommend doing it in that small space of time, but it is possible. I sent something off, so. Okay, on to the questions about UCAS in general. So the first one is, when is the UCAS deadline? And if you're doing dentistry, medicine, veterinary, and I think music, the deadline is the 15th of October, which is the same as the deadline for if you're applying for any course at Oxbridge. If you're doing any other course, then the deadline is sometime in January. I'm not sure exactly when, and there'll also probably be an internal deadline within your sixth form or college, which is when they want all of your applications done and sent off, so watch out for that one too. Another question was, what information do you put in the application? So apart from your personal statement, which I've got another video on, so I'll put that in the description, you put in your address and those kind of basic information things that you put on all forms about you, and you put on all of the grades that you've got in any exams you've ever taken, even if you failed. I forgot that I had to put on my flute exams, so on the day of sending it off I had to call up ABRSM, like, hi, could you possibly tell me what I got on this exam? And then they had to send me secure emails, and it was all a bit of a faff, which wasn't what I wanted last minute, so bear that in mind. And the last question is, how do you end a personal statement? So I ended mine by talking about the skills that my extracurriculars had given me and how those would make me a really good candidate for the course that I've applied for. So like leadership and teamwork skills would make me able to work in a lab with other people and present my ideas, things like that. Some people talk about their future plans to do, like once they've got their degree, what that's going to equip them to do. Definitely just have a read of people that have applied for the same subject as you and see what kind of things they say in their conclusion and what you might be able to relate to and what you could say like that. So yeah, thank you for watching, see you soon.